Cool. So Austria back in the game. It's 3-3.
Yep.
Denis plays
And
in the evening against someone.
Porteous. And right
Porteous.
now Nick is playing against Toomagic.
Oh, I want to go home. Why are they still playing?
You cannot.
I'm hungry.
You are stuck here until the game's going.
Okay. Okay, then you commentate. I will eat in the meantime. Just to introduce it, so it's Lannister Knights. It's not the silly one. It's a more like something you would expect against Drowned God. Yeah, Sun for Desert Raider, which you can see here, and some other cards. We've seen it in the past for Condemned and Secret Pact, but this one's a little bit different. Has a different selection of Martel cards. Going Vanquish, so going aggro immediately, which is one way you can kill them off. Time-wise, you don't have that much time. If they find Disciple, and here you don't need, there's not a Prince tile that you also need to have, because he's the only one that can gain power. Disciples can put it anywhere, and if that's in play, you know, it goes so quickly. You have, I mean, you have 2 more rounds from the point where 2 Disciples are in play at the same time usually, so either you aggro them away or you have to close on the power. Otherwise it's tough. But I have a suspicion that Knights will be fine here. We'll see.
So Osmond and this guy have pretty good synergy. Oh, okay. They play a different Tarla. That's a I was surprised. I thought it was more normal. Drowned.
Well, this one's perfectly fine. I thought when he came out he was great actually. I thought he was the one that's going to be played because his ability seemed pretty crazy. But now everyone has collectively agreed that no, you play the original one. But we'll see. So Ilin comes at a weird point for him. We know he's in circulation though, which is going to suck. But okay, there's insight on Aaron and there's draw when stuff gets killed for the Vanquish, so it's not exactly getting rid of any cards here. Not even going to push through the intrigue.
So you're gonna put the sword on Aaron.
I don't think that works.
No.
No. It doesn't work, does it? It's a Drowned God that will be placed in the dead pile. Tarle will put it back and kill Desert Raider. And then Desert Raider will come straight back as a reaction to losing the challenge.
Cool.
And Aaron Dross. Aaron Dross because a drowned god was killed himself. Oh, after another drowned god character. Was he another drowned god? I guess he was. He was a different copy of
I
Aaron.
guess because he came back from the dead, he's another man now.
So look at that interaction. I mean, that achieved fuck all for Lannister here.
But that was pretty cool, I have to say.
Mhm. Why is Desert Raider being killed again?
For claim.
Claim is still happening. Cool.
Yes. The claim.
Well, but you do have marched potentially, don't you? Could Meadowlark into the reducer, I guess. Is there much?
I had it open somewhere. It's gone now.
If Put to the Sword was played on Tarle, then that would kill off the game potentially.
Yeah, but Tali has 3 dupes.
I know. But yeah, essentially it makes targeted
There
kill.
is March, yeah.
Yeah. Targeted kill is rough on this Tarle. So do you Meadowlark now? Aaron is quite key.
So doesn't look like you have a reducer in the deck, so sad day for you.
Okay.
If another desert there is discarded. You don't march.
Especially with the other Marbrand there. Maybe you really wanna get them down to Tarle alone and march him, but I don't think that's happening. Not with Desert Raider available.
Yeah, now Meadowlark has enough to get the one guy, you know. The one guy.
The one guy?
Yeah, the one guy.
Cool.
It goes in and out.
Guy that goes in and out.
It
Sure.
dies and comes back to gain power.
Okay. Let's see if indeed the guy comes in. Might be saving it for Disciple.
That's Region's Guard, right? Do this Greyjoy decks usually not play Gates of the Moon?
I don't know.
Where are the gates?
I do play Gates of the Moon. But not that I'm particularly successful though with Drowned God, so. Well,
See, there's one of those guys.
that's all pretty decent. See, now there is a clock on the game. If you do military, which you kind of want to do, because all of your characters have military icons, then this guy will gain Now double power. Can't be marshaled from the dead pile though. If you want to use the 6 cost Tarle. So I assume there's cast me fort. Okay.
Doesn't even do a challenge with him first. Interesting.
Really wants to do the intrigue.
I think it's gonna be defended by top then.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, so maybe next marshalling phase or whatever phase you're gonna spend it. And marshal another.
Some people would also not allow that.
Okay, what's the threat here really? Is there pinch?
Is there pinch? There is no pinch in the deck.
Okay, so nothing much to play around then, surely. Yeah. I think Boros might lose the intrigue icon. I mean, the round guy's just winning with on the board with renown and challenges. Haven't even started with disciples yet. Well, that stops the insight. What is that? Sparring in secret. Well, he's opposing more than I thought he would, but power still to come. He didn't do military because that's just costing him more power. Lannister, I mean. So, what is the reset we said? Does he have the Harris? He could really do with the Harris. Then you will lose both of the 5 costers. Okay, and Elin's back in hand. 6-2. And a perfect combination of cards to play the Harris if it's in the deck. Well, there is the Harris. The problem is, okay, so Aaron and Victarion go, which is really nice for Lannister. But now there's a Meadowlark. It's going to bring in another Chad. I think there's go to remarshal very nicely. It's Naga's Ribs to win that dominance though, reliably. Are we thinking about Meadowlark? Not yet. There we are, Disciple. There he is. Okay. If that's the only reset, I think it will be difficult to stop Drowned God getting the passive power, or even some active power. Could still do with Naga's Ribs, although currently I mean there's 0 in the dead pile and they come out a bit more than in conventional Drowned God decks, so maybe actually the Naga's Ribs not doing anything. Another one of these are pretty useful. Yeah. Can you aggro them? 6 of them, tough. And Irinmine doesn't work. You can bring him in, kill Disciple, and then Tyrell will just react. Bring him back, trigger him, and kill either Acolyte or Desert Raider. I guess Desert Raider.
I realize I have been muted this whole time.
Yes.
Sad. I talked a lot.
Oh, you talked. I thought you'd gone somewhere.
No, I talked a lot, a lot. Had so many insightful comments. Like, I discussed how it would be good if he had Red Keep. Then Red Keep cancels the save on the Disciple, and Disciple is in the death pile. Stays in the death pile, you know.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, even Guildhall cancels. Lanny cancels would work pretty well against this, but the aggro stuff doesn't really work.
This deck, for example, has 0 Guildhall.
Hmm. Okay, it's just doing challenges. It has to be a little bit careful because it's a waste of potential power if he doesn't actually end up winning dominance.
Which he might not, I mean.
Well, at the moment, if he does absolutely nothing
Ooh.
else. Okay, so Jamie, if he kneels. Hmm.
I mean, he can't at the moment, but yeah, in general.
Okay, he could be annoying against desert traders, maybe a little bit. Against just military claim. Oof, lots of stuff happening. I'm not so sure. Because Acolyte is killed, for instance, is placed in the dead pile, then brought back, then killed. All of that happens before Jamie can even do anything.
Is it? But it's forced reaction, so that's what. It's also, you know?
Yeah, but there's nothing when you react, there's nothing happening anymore. The character that entered play is already dead again.
Okay.
Okay, so all of these cards will be gone. Jamie will be gone, and Wing Knight will be gone.
Or really not gone, but in hand.
No, I mean they won't count for the dominance calculation. So at the moment it's still alright if Toomagic just passes, but I might have ambitions doing challenges because he doesn't have a bad board and Tarle has Renown, so he also has a guy in Shadows, presumably, that has 5 straight when he comes in. Or
Yeah,
that
but
has
it
to
has
happen before
to.
Jamie kneels, yeah.
Yeah, before James.
Okay, kills Desert Raider. But Desert Raider is not coming back now, probably because of Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
This round, anyway. You can trigger it though. It's discarded, but you will still take an icon for what it's worth. Well, if Jamie and Boros defend, you really shouldn't trigger Desert Raider. So that will stand Jamie for another challenge. Unless you think, okay, I'm gonna take a power icon and push the power through with Renown. Doesn't trigger. Jamie might stand from any shadow card. Not sure what that is exactly. Could be Regent's Guard that just puts Jaime back. Okay, completely not bothered about winning dominance this round. Just gonna push the power challenge through. Dominance 3 power, but okay. Gets him up to 9. Okay. Okay, so returns Osmond just to stand Jaime. That's fair enough. But Jaime's going, right? He was brought in by... was it Boros? So... can win challenges and grab renown, but it's not staying. Settles the dominance thingy though.
I see we've given up on the dominance.
Completely. I think it was more power than doing what he did. Okay, but... so his starlet triggered once already this round. He did, right? So no more abusing the Acolyte. I think he might kill Desert Raider now. Having both in the death pile is a pretty good deal. Can bring them out because of Jaime, but even if... I mean, if he did Disciple would trigger, which is still pretty decent. But once Jaime is gone, that's all working again. Is Naga's Ribs even in this deck because there's nothing in the death pile ever so far. Doesn't seem amazing. How many more rounds do we have?
Naga's Ribs is in the deck 3 times.
Now he triggers Acolyte to draw more cards. But Acolyte's now dead. I don't know. I was going to ask how many more rounds do we have. If you assume 2 Disciple triggers for sure, that's 11. Well, actually it's 12 because when Tarlet triggers, Disciple triggers twice, right? I mean, depends on the exact situation, but assuming Desert Raider stuff happening. And then Power Claim with Renown if it happens. Then he's jumping a lot though, so might try to stop that. Ooh, cast me fort, okay. 2 Claimer is not gonna kill them off. But we'll try to do the power swing, I think. I think Lannister has to go second. Unless you think your opponent gets to 15 before you do anything. Just 1 Disciple though. With 2 Disciples I think that would almost happen. But with 1... still no Desert, no Drowned God Fanatics in rotation. Could have sped things up a little bit.
By the way, this deck, the Greyjoy one, it has no restricted card. Like just restricted, has some mana restricted and some pods. Which leads me to wonder what's the usual restricted card for Drowned God, if any.
Well, now we see loan sometimes, but
Yeah, but Love's not restricted anymore.
yeah. So I assume previously it might have been. Could it have been loan? I mean, you have other options. I guess they don't have much. The Round God Fanatic has been on and off the list a little bit. I for sure would not play you win or die or anything stupid like that. Exchange. You know what would have helped? Attorney for the king.
What?
Attorney for the king for Lannister. Go super wide,
Oh yeah,
do Boros, and then put everyone in the military challenge and win.
see, I feel like this sequence of plots has been a little bit off.
Seven gold. Now potentially you can keep it. So you can do what? Drowned God characters. So one Acolyte of the Waves. Okay. So this one is free and you still have some gold left. Could still be something in hand that can be ambushed, which is less good because it doesn't trigger Disciple. Ah. Okay. Very convenient for Mr. Lancel. So now 2 claim power is not looking so bad. Although there's 18 on defense even without the characters that we know are there. $20 on defense. So actually you can't even push it through unless something else comes. Oof. Okay. How much power? Any disciple triggers still left? Maybe one. No, okay, so 13. Cool. So how about doing military and playing put to the sword on Tarla and then pillaging a 6-caster? Okay, spent all the gold, so no more surprises. Could potentially leave this, bring in Desert Raider and take one of the power icons. But I don't know if there's any more threats on the Indrik challenge. Also, Naga's ribs, we put anything now in that pile. Well, it might. Depends. I mean, if you can't get it out, then yeah, still should probably. Yeah. It's not like you're getting those cards back, and it's not like anything's unique. So with let's say 2 more characters that are discarded for entry claim being in the dead pile. That's then 8 for dominance. Leaves it completely. Two more power icons. So Disciple looks like it's done, right? Because it didn't trigger from Desert Trader. Difficult to keep track. Yeah. Can't push the power challenge through, so it's hopeless. I mean, they have too much strength. Could have tried with Lancel, but then if you don't have any magic, they defend. And then it's renown on defense, and yeah, you're still kind of done. Nice plot for Adam, though. He can react after reserve. Once per phase, yeah. And then you draw 3 for the knights. Still wouldn't play it myself though. I'd rather play tourney and give myself a chance of winning. Had 7 knights. And he is on 7 power, so that's 14. We'll see about finals. So now Dennis has to salvage a draw, right?
I suppose so, yeah. It's not a fun matchup for him.
Champions of Westeros we have, okay. So what's the time? Does Dennis play in an hour? Because if he plays in an hour, I'm going home.
Yeah, I think in an hour.
So I'll wait for
If I understood right.
few more minutes just to get confirmation. Someone tell us if Dennis is playing immediately. Otherwise, I mean, I can't. It's 10 in the evening. I have to get home. So, and I have not eaten anything except snacks yet. We can try to record it, but can't stream it live anymore, I don't think. Got quite a lot today though. Some interesting games, some less so. And certainly my predictions were not really spot on today. Okay. Yeah, so we have quite a few games now that we've streamed. I've saved all of this, of course, I always do, but I haven't uploaded anything because it needs editing. People say they prefer one game per video, so it will be some work. But I have games from round 1, then round 2 we did not do anything except our own games, which were recorded without commentary and not that interesting, I guess. And round 3 we have some again. Next week no games for group ice, so I guess I have time to do that stuff, time that otherwise I would have invested into practicing and playing, so we'll see what we can do. Yeah, so let that be it. Thank you all for joining us and have a good night.
Bye bye.